is what you got for me.
Rookie mistakes, Durag Diaries. Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Spurs of the moment. You guys know what time it is by now. Everything Tottenham, we cover here. Everything 10 a.m. Make sure you're there, man. If it's not today, tomorrow, one day of the week, show your face. But Spurs are here off the back of a win from yesterday. So, hey, I know some of you guys in the chat, I hope you're watching if you weren't. Jay, if you're here right now or here later, you can thank me because certain man weren't going to be watching the Spurs game. We're going to tune into other games. And I told them, look, bro, I'm telling you, today, make sure you tune in. You're going to feel like you missed out. And if you didn't damn see, then you definitely missed out. But let's forget all of that. We're going to get into all of that stuff a bit later on today. Make sure you take off your damn shoes when you're walking in the yard. Yeah? Smash the like button. It don't take you a second. It don't cost you nothing. I ain't asking for too much. Smash a little like, man. Even, look, big up Jords, bro. Fuck Spurs and like the stream. Even Yash knows. You can say fuck Spurs, but at least like the stream. I don't really care if you don't like Spurs. Just like on a damn video. Also, if you don't know, well, I'm sure you know because it's like the biggest fucking writing on the screen. We are on the road to 5K, so your support is needed and much appreciated. If you can share this, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, uncles, nieces, nephews, uncles, granddads, all of that. Subscribe to your boy Durag Diaries. Real close to that 4.6 mark. Last 400 to go to get to that 5K. It seems like this lap is going to be, it's a slow damn lap. But we're going to get there because ain't nobody stopping us. We're going to get 5K before the end of the year. So if we can do that, it's a big goals reached. But yeah, man, look. I think you can see it in the title, people. The first thing that we need to address, because obviously the news come out maybe just before the game. There was Udogie. It has been confirmed. I did actually have a video on this coming out this morning, but I had to cancel it because my video was made off the back of, we haven't had a confirmation of who it was, and a lot of it was speculation. But we don't need to speculate no more because we know who the player is. Destiny Udogie. Destiny Udogie was caught up in, he's caught up in a case at the moment as a victim, not as a perpetrator, but he is a victim of a blackmail, threaten. Basically, let me break it down to you. International break weekend, Saturday, September the 6th, late night in London. Destiny Udogie seems to be enjoying his weekend, as you do. You know, you got a week off of, you got a couple of days off break away from football, enjoying your weekend. Destiny Udogie's out with an agent, with his agent or an agent that's linked to his agent. I don't know whether it's his direct agent, but I know it's a, you know, sometimes the agents have like people that work underneath him. So he was out with people that he worked with on the agency side of things, with a friend as well. On that night at around 11 p.m., Destiny Udogie was threatened by this gentleman with a weapon. We're not too sure why and for what it was for. We don't know why he was threatened, but ultimately he was threatened with a firearm with the intent to with the intent to blackmail and threaten Destiny Udogie and his friend. And the guy also got bagged for driving without a license. So, I mean, if you're going to go out there and brandish a weapon on someone, at least make sure that you have your license if you get pulled over. You know what I mean? Because now if you get pulled over, you don't have your license, you're getting bagged. You're getting bagged. So my man's been caught. He has been bailed at the moment whilst inquiries continue. there is no, again, information as to why it happened, how it happened, why it happened, and if there was any deals in particular linked to how that did pull together. But look, I think we need to send our thoughts and prayers out to Destiny Udogie, man, because he's probably been going through it the last couple of weeks. Like, not like mentally, like man's been shook, he's got PTSD. I'm not gonna be one of them guys. I don't, you know, if he wants to say that in his case, please feel free to do so. I mean, sometimes you got to play the game, and if that you saying all that puts man in a jail, shit. I ain't all about the snitching thing, but I hear it. So cool. But it's probably been a lot, like the last 6 or 7 weeks, just been hard because it's probably been in and out of like investigations, going to meet the police, then coming back to meet the Spurs team, and then speaking to the Spurs team, and then dealing with his new agents, trying to get new agents set up. Then he got injured, and it's probably been a tough time for him that he's been going through the last 6 to 8 weeks. So hopefully, he's getting himself into a better headspace, looking ahead, looking forward to the future that will be better with his new agency that I believe is Elite Scouting Group or something they're called, something along those lines, Elite Professionals or some shit like that. But yeah, but he was pretty much there, Tottenham Ranger. He's probably getting extorted. Well, tried to get extorted, but he was getting extorted, and this won't be the first time we've heard of things like this in football. It won't be the last time we've heard of things like this in football. I think for me, I think the bigger thing is that this probably highlights now that there needs to be a bigger investigation into this type of things. And maybe players need to be protected more outside of football when it comes to these type of situations, because extortion is probably something that happens quite often to players. We've obviously seen it in other countries, you know, within the Colombia when Luis Diaz was extorted and had to pay money just to see his dad again. And we recently seen this with Aaron Ramsey, who he never got his dog back, but somebody stole his dog and was basically trying to extort him. He did offer money, 20K, but clearly wasn't enough for them. So they kept the dog, he left the team. And these things do happen, but you never really expect it to happen so close to home. In London, in England, in the capital, you'd think, nah, this ain't really happening. Obviously, away from football, if you live in London, you know, London isn't the best place. But as a footballer, you would expect maybe these things not to happen so frequently. But I say so frequently. So you wouldn't expect these things to happen in general, really. But especially with his own agent, it sounds a bit mad. Hopefully my man gets bagged for it, innit? As simple as that. Like my man needs to get bagged for that case, and we'll have to see how it plays out. But Destiny Udogie bringing it to the football, he didn't look like it had affected him yesterday, and I'm so glad that Destiny Udogie is back because he was playing some great football down that left-hand side. He brought together and pieced together. He's like the missing piece of the puzzle in the attack. And I've tried to explain this to people so many times that as much as Jed Spence is a good player, a very good defender, he's not good going forward down the left-hand side. So he takes away our whole system, our whole attacking threat down that side, because we ain't got a good left winger. We haven't got a good left fullback when he's playing. You got nobody down that side that brings threat, man. But let me just catch up. I thought the news was fake. Nah, Yash, man. It's real news. Real news. Big up to K's inside. He switched agencies, so the old one pulled a gun on him for doing them dirty. No, he switched agencies after. I don't think this happened before because the agency switch was confirmed in October. This obviously is an incident that happened back in September. So I don't think it was that, but I get why you come to that conclusion, Ranger, man. I guarantee this ain't the first time football agents are tapped at times. Yeah, they are. But I told man, Udogie and Xavi better together. But look. Do you know what? I didn't want to mention it. I was waiting for somebody else to mention his name. But people know how I feel, man. Yeah? Pick up the phone, baby. Ooh, it's lit. It's lit. Destiny Udogie, Xavi Simons, Odegaard, that left-hand side was thriving yesterday. But Xavi Simons, that was the Xavi I've been waiting to see. The Xavi that was balling out of Leipzig. The Xavi that I knew was going to come to Spurs. The Xavi I've been telling you guys about all season. I said, trust me. And I said in my match preview, I said, this Copenhagen game, this will be a game where you're probably going to see the best of him. So far, you're going to see the best of him. You got a team that plays a bit slower football. They sat back, but they didn't. They sat back, didn't press, gave us the space to play in front of them. We had the right people on the pitch, so we had Bentancur pressing quite high up, and he had a really good game in midfield. I have to give it to him. Next to Pap Sarr, again, pressing quite high up in the pitch. We were defending from the front foot, weren't letting them get out their half. And every time we got on the ball, we were trying to move forward. I understand it. And Ranger, I know you've been calling my fossil football and them things. I bet that was like therapy for you, man. I bet that was like therapy. For me, it was justification. That's all it was. Because I've known and I've seen signs from players. I've seen signs in this team that it can become good. Thomas Frank just got it right yesterday. Everything was clicking. It was all coming together. And we remember, like, people are trying to tell me in Copenhagen, yeah, be worried about them. See what they done to Man United. Like, you better do this against Man United. Nah, I know what Copenhagen done against Manchester United, and I know what we done against Copenhagen. That's what I can tell you. Man United ain't beat us in the last 7 games. That's what I know. Don't tell me, make sure you do this. Make sure they even turn up this game. Can they even get a draw? Can they even score? Them man are there ain't even scored in the last 2 games we played them. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? I ain't shook at this Man United team. But back to Xavi, because a player I just need to admire for a second and talk about his game. Because the difference between the Xavi we saw yesterday and the Xavi we saw, let's say, against Newcastle, wasn't leaps and bounds. It wasn't like, wow, these are 2 completely different players. What happened to Xavi in this game? No. The only difference was that Xavi had more confidence in this game. Xavi was playing through the lines. Xavi looked like a number 10 in this game. Some great balls through the middle. Some of the passes he played in behind into the box were class. Obviously, the pass that he got for the assist on Brennan Johnson was really good. But the 2 bigger chances that he actually created, that was better than the one he created for Johnson, was for Moani in that first half. One when he linked up really well with Odegaard, sort of done a header, flick on chest, bringing it down, running to the box, flicked it into Moani. It was literally like inches wide of the post. So unfortunate for Moani not to score that chance. But the other one was it when he received it on the right half space, got it sort of looked around, spun, got it into his right foot, shifted the ball and put a great cross into the area again for Moani, who just needed to guide the ball into the goal. But I think this is one of the games where Moani actually had chances. In many of his other appearances, Spurs hasn't had a lot of time and chance in front of goal. So still needs to find his shooting boots, but is getting, you can see he's getting up to speed. He was a problem all across the pitch yesterday. But Xavi Simons was just linking really well with the players on the pitch. Odegaard, the little 1-2s, him and Udogie. I love seeing Udogie and Odegaard down that left-hand side. We might have to just stick with that duo for this game on the weekend because it just gives us so much dynamism. That's the only word. Dynamic. It's dynamic on that side. It's more dynamic, dynamism, whatever you want to call it. But we don't look so repetitive. Our attacking patterns are a lot more creative. They're a lot more. There's more variety. Even with Kudus off the pitch, I have to say it. Like, we just showed more attacking variety yesterday. Obviously, Brennan Johnson, Dana Rice didn't actually have a bad game, to be fair. Didn't really lose the ball too much. Was quite tidy in possession. But Pedro Porro done a really good job down that right-hand side, if anything, because he was getting up and down the pitch. There was even times when he was interchanging with Xavi Simons and Xavi was dropping in a bit deeper to keep the ball ticking, keep that tempo of the game and getting us moving it to keep it in their half. And then Pedro Porro is bombing down that right-hand side and he's putting peach after peach after peach of a cross into the box. Should have probably had a couple of assists because Richarlison missed two big headers. One that you would expect. He had 3 chances that he could have scored in the 15 minutes that he played. 3 chances. The penalty, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. You know that tune, fam. That's where I'm at. I'm feeling like my man. I'm on the block. Don't even get me started on Richarlison. Oh my God. This guy is a Richard. He's a fraud. He's rubbish. Crap. Dean says it. There's certain players that are just crap. He's crap. He's a crap footballer. Just a crap footballer, a crap player, should not even be playing at Spurs, shouldn't even be playing at the Premier League level. But to take away the penalty from Dane Scarlett, it had my blood boiling yesterday. Because he took the penalty away. For one, people don't learn. People like him will never succeed in life. They'll never go too far in life because they don't pay it forward. Just a year ago, Maddison. Oh, Maddison's the penalty taker. What did he do? He gave the penalty against AZ Alkmaar to Richarlison. Give him the penalty to let him boost some confidence because he knows in front of goal he can't do shit. So he gave him the penalty and said, you know what? You take it, bro. I hear it. You need it. It's your time. That's what a captain does. Someone who's experienced, someone who shows maturity. That's what they do. Richarlison at 27 years of age shows no maturity, just pure immature fucking pigeon. He really is a pigeon, bro. He really is a pigeon. Just he has no mind of thinking. Man's brain is a chicken, fam. Man just thinks ball run. Ball run. I see ball, I run. Like how pigeons are with food. That's him with the ball, fam. So then for man to do that, Dane Scarlett, and I got it. Like, Dane Scarlett won the penalty. It wasn't like the ball got played to him and he got tripped up. No. He got played to the wing, put it through man's legs, chopped it inside, beat his man, and then he won the penalty. Give him the damn penalty, fam. Give Dane Scarlett to score on his Champions League debut. And you took that away from him. Richard. You're an absolute prick. You're a prick. And anything that you get this season, you deserve it. You deserve it. I hope he leaves. I hope he comes out of our club. Everton, come and take your boy back. I heard that you want him. January, we'll take 25, 30 mil, bruv. We'll take 25 or 30 mil. I ain't even worried anymore. I ain't even worried like shit. Just give me something. I don't even care that I've been fleeced. Just give me something just to show, you know what, like, I ain't gonna rob you. Just show some respect that you don't want to rob us. Give us a little something back. 15 or 20. Man, take that. Man, take 15 or 20 mil. Orlando, if you want to put up the 15 million, come take him, bro. Tired of watching this guy in my club. Tired of seeing this guy play football at the top level. He's terrible. And then his attitude to go walk straight down the tunnel. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are, Richard? To walk straight down the tunnel after your actions, after your shit performance. He should be behind the pecking order than Dane Scarlett now. Dane Scarlett showed me more on the ball than what Richarlison showed me in 3 years. Showed me more on the ball in 10 minutes than what Richarlison showed me in 3 years. Richarlison may get goals every now and then, but he doesn't score any good goals. Dane Scarlett will score these goals that he's scoring. I would throw Dane Scarlett ahead of him. I'm being so real. Push him back to the back of the pecking order. Get him way back. Have Matisse Tell above him. Have Dane Scarlett above him. And then Kola Moani and Solanke. Richarlison way at the back of the pecking order. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. He needs to get boosted if he comes on and cheers when he sub facts. That's how bad he needs to get now. Where is Mikey Rories? I see him in the terrace chat the other day talking bare rubbish, fam. Where is Ashley, man? Ashley needs to come defend his box-to-box line. He ain't Brazilian. He's Richard from Cambridge. You know, with that picture as well, I could literally imagine KG saying that. He's Richard from Cambridge, fam. Hey. But it was a good game, man. Everything seemed to go right yesterday. Like, it all pieced together really good. I think away from some of the main plays, Van der Ven's goal, oh my God. I can't believe I've taken 20 minutes to talk about Van der Ven's goal. Because his goal was phenomenal. I generally don't think I've seen a goal better than that. For a centre-back, this isn't Messi. This ain't Ronaldo. This ain't Neymar. It's a centre-back. For a centre-back to carry the ball, and he carried it up the pitch. I was counting. It was like 8 seconds. It took him 8 seconds to get from one side of the pitch to the other side of the pitch. But to carry it past 7 players, to finish at that speed with that composure, bro, he's a madman. He's a madman. When he was running, I'm just thinking, yo, he's actually a madman. To even think that you could do that and just to keep running. He's maniac. Van de Ven is a maniac. He's not right in the head. Man just burst past all these players. Flash. Van der Flash. Man blinked and he was already past them, man. That's how it was. I was sitting there watching the game. Where was I? I looked down at my phone for a second. I look up and man was in their box. I was like, yo! Yo! Van de Ven is now our top goal scorer. Van de Ven has the same amount of goals than Gyökeres, and he has a better goal catalogue. No, I need to say that Van de Ven has more goals, same amount of goals as Gyökeres, and a better goal catalogue. It's mad. It's mad. It's actually mad. Aye! Shout out to our centre backs though, man, because Romero come into this game and just gave us that oozing composure. Like he just oozes just experience, just aura. He just gives that aura at the back line that you miss. Somebody that just comes in, and we've been missing it for a while, but it seemed like coming into this season, he just has that little bit different. Like playing under Frank, a proper defensive, like say pragmatic manager, not defensive, but a manager that sets up a proper foundation at the back. It allows Romero to play like a real centre back, and he's becoming into his own. He looks like a senior player. He's acting like a senior player. And yesterday, just they didn't really get any chances. I know if you look at the shots on target and stuff, they had a few shots on target, but they didn't break through our lines. They didn't get any real chances. Romero sweeped everything up at the back there, and I was glad. I was glad that Thomas Frank took him off, because we need to make sure our players aren't getting injured. I was actually shook and thinking. You know, maybe get Van de Ven off. That run, that 80-yard run, his hammies might have been screaming. You know them ones, his hammies might have been screaming. I was getting a little bit shook. You're just starting to hear the whoo, like them hammies didn't look good. But I got it. Romero was the player that made sense to bring off just naturally, because this is the guy who just come back from injury, innit? Big up to my guy Ghosted though. Big up Jords. Just come in personally to say I was wrong. I am at work. I'll jump in when I can, but your team is still dusty. Big up to Andy, man. He did predict a 0-0 last night. Obviously, it was a 4-0. Should have been a 6 or 7, to be honest. But hey, most people weren't watching the game, so I totally understand. Man said, no debate, a gal voice. Yeah, I do hear it. They're definitely up there. I was going mad. I needed that. I had Tottenham Ranger. Are you willing to say that you are wrong about Thomas Frank? Don't do it. It's just been one game. See, I'm not even that guy. I'm not going to use this one game to call all you guys that had doubts about Thomas Frank fools, because it's one game. It's Copenhagen. It's sort of expected that we win. Maybe not in the way that we won, but it was expected that we win. So don't want to take too much from this game and start thinking that going into Manchester United, everything's going to flow, everything's going to be free, and we're going to look exactly as good as we did. But at the same time, you can still take some positives from this game and be like, do you know what? I like some of the individual performances. I like the play that we saw. The attacking patterns look better. The fluidity of the attack. Everything just looked a lot better. So, especially because it's a home performance as well, a bit of confidence we can take from that. And yeah, like just take notes from that performance. That's what I'd say. I'd take notes from that performance and be like, do you know what? I can see the vision. That's what you need to tell me. Just say you can see the vision. Now, whether that vision's clear or that vision's blurry, it's fine. Just say you see the vision. It's like when Andrew said there was light at the end of the tunnel. You can see the light. Sometimes it might be a train. Sometimes it might actually be you're out at the other side of the tunnel. So, just say you see the vision. But shocking. They ignored all of Frank's instructions. Mickey Goal was probably the biggest fuck you coach in the history of the sport. Johnson red card and all discipline went out the window. Let's hope Frank learned from that lesson the players delivered. Aye, Ashley's here. Ashley is here. Is this Mikey Raw Riz? No, it's not Mikey Raw Riz. Harmless Potato is a guy mad though. Because to say that the players said the biggest fuck you. I don't think that was the players. I think Thomas Frank set the players up in that way, because even so, when Xavi come off, we still maintained our shape. And when Brennan Johnson had the red card, we sort of just got into a 3-5-2 formation, allowing one of the midfielders to drop in a little piece deeper and then just push every other player up. And we just looked better. We went down to 10 men and the game opened up. Not for us, but for them. They just started to leave a whole load of gaps in the midfield, all the gaps out wide. What tends to happen, and I think people like fail to understand the nuances of football here, is when you go down against 10 men and you're playing against 10 men, it's now sometimes harder because there's mental pressure on you guys to attack and take the game to them. But with you guys attacking and now taking the game to them, you tend to make mistakes and leave little openings in behind because you think you have the extra man, which you do. But you only have the extra man if you actually use the extra man properly and he's covering the right spaces and right areas. If you do have 10 men on the pitch, you can still play just as good as you did with... Well, I mean, I'm not being funny. Brennan Johnson is like playing with 10 men anyway. He runs away from the ball and gets barely any touches. So when Brennan Johnson come off the pitch, it was like, yo, let's just break off the shackles, fam. We break off the shackles. Now we've not got no Breno. Let's just go have some fun. No, Johnson, let's go have some fun against these, man. And that's what it seemed like happened. Everyone just started to have some fun. Everyone was in their rhythm. Everyone was in their groove. Thomas Frank even said yesterday, bro, Van der Ven's our top scorer right now. He's our top goal scorer in all competitions. So he can keep going. He can keep walking past me if he's angry after the game. I love that our manager making a joke of it because there were so many fans that was blowing it so far out of proportion. He's now telling him, bro, my man plays like this every game. Scores go like this. He'll walk past me angry every game. I don't give a fuck. Just keep scoring goals and winning me games and keeping clean sheets. That's all you got to do for me. That's all you got to do. But it's once Mwani starts finding the net, we'll look like such a better team. Yeah, they told me Mwani was washed though. They told me Mwani was a scrub though. I think a gal just jumped my fence. What are we doing here? It's clear to see who needs to be sold in the summer and upgraded. Honestly, some fans. Xavi finally looked like he arrived last night. It was a shame he had to go off. Hopefully, there's a lot more to come from him. I'm glad he went off. Because the fans that didn't believe him, you only got a taster. You only got a teaser. You didn't give you too much. You can't show them too much too soon. You know, if you take a girl out on a date, she might not free up on the first night. Might give you a little something though. You know, one of them ones like you got to tease it, drip feed it in. As he says it here, just drip feed me some fluid football. Xavi Simons just drip feeding you the football in, but trust me, once the pack's full, it's full. Xavi Simons is getting there. He's getting there. So I hear you, Tottenham Range. Obviously, I don't expect all games to be happy. I just need to see some signs of good football. And yesterday was clear signs of some good attacking football. Again, for the level of team it is, it's not a statement performance, but it's a good performance. If we can get a replication of that performance, now not necessarily a result, but the performance against Manchester United, we could take a lot of confidence going into that that Arsenal game and that PSG game on the return of the international break. But we're gonna have to, take our time. Let's just see how this game goes on the weekend. I am confident for it, as you guys know. I've been confident for this game. Always confident for a game against Manchester United. The fact that it's at home gives me even more confidence. I know our home record isn't good, but I think they'll be looking to have a statement response after that Chelsea game and Chelsea performance from the players. I think a lot of them are going to go out there and need to see 120% on the field. Xavi Simons definitely earned himself a start. I think Colin Mwani's definitely earned himself a start. Udogie might come back into that lineup, but he also might go with Spence just to be safe and not risk Udogie, maybe bring him on in that second half. But if he does, I think he's got to sort of do what he done yesterday. In that first half, Udogie was high-flying down that left wing, and you had Pedro Porro tucked in. And then that second half, Pedro Porro was high-flying down the right wing, and Spence got tucked in. So he's got to pretty much do the same thing in the next game. And it will give Kudus more freedom to drift inside if you just let Porro fly all the way up the wing, tuck Spence in as a third centre-back. and just keep, Paulinho or Ben score. I don't want to see both of them in this game. Not against a two-man midfield. It's not needed. Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro, have Casemiro and Paulinho go 1v1 in that sense. You got two brutes in the midfield. And then we got to match the Bruno Fernandes technicality with someone else technical in the midfield. Whether that's Pap Sarr, again, he can do the leg work. He had a good game yesterday. Throw him back in there. So look, I've been hearing it. Facts, Jords, that I was hearing as well. I've been saying Mwani is not fit. He's only just come back to fitness, and even then, like, he's still not firing. Like, you can still see he's missing some sharpness, but he's physical, he's strong, good with the link up, can carry the ball really well. Got some good little feet at times, and just needs to work on out. His finishing's never been great. That's one thing. His finishing has never been great. So I never expected him to come in and score 20 goals. I'd be happy if he gets 10 goals this season. 10 goals, 5 assists, 15 GA. Just give me something that's a decent return. We don't need to sign Mwani. If he scores 20 goals, then sign him. But otherwise, no, I would still look to sign someone else next season anyway. But Tottenham Ranger, when the team's ready to play this way, I'm sure we will. Just takes time. Bro, it's just a crap team, Copenhagen. And that's what I said. I did tell, obviously, you've obviously joined late, Ben. But I did say we can't take too much from the performance. It's a team that we're expected to beat, but at the same time, still a team that I'm going to be happy with beating this Champions League game. Because far too often when we beat these teams in the Europa League last year was, oh, you're playing in Europa League. When Arsenal were doing the same thing against Slavia Prague, it was never mentioned that it's Slavia Prague playing in the Champions League. It's a Champions League game. The players got to turn up in the Champions League, and Xavi to have the man of the match performance that he did can only be happy for me. I mean, you could tell me, oh, it's just Copenhagen, but I'm going to take what I can get. But maybe the fact he's playing UEFA. Yeah, 100%. The game's slower, so it's not as intense as the Premier League. And I put that in Elijah's chat yesterday, just like at halftime. I think naturally he was going to flow into that game a lot better, and he was going to feel himself a lot more because, like I said, man, slower game, bit slower pace against a team that's sitting back. He's going to feel a bit more comfortable, like the intensity of the Premier League. Because even yesterday, I think people said that, I ain't seen it, of course, but Florian Wirtz had a really good game against Real Madrid. It's the intensity of the Champions League. It's not like the Prem. So these players will thrive in these games. They're still getting used to the intensity of the Premier League. But once they get up to speed, you're going to see two technical monsters. I'm telling you now. Florian Wirtz and Xavi Simons are very good players. And not just the luckiest man in Brazil, he's the luckiest man in the world right now. I don't know how he's got a professional contract. Arsenal games are right off, bro. You're getting smoked. Are we meant to be scared on Saturday? Z, you haven't ever beat me since I've been on YouTube, pretty much. I think there's only been one season. The first season I was on YouTube that Man United beat, man. That was when you had Ronaldo. You haven't beaten, man, for years. You've been in my chat for the last year talking about we're going to beat you every game. Oh, what's your predictions on the game, Jords? Z, you lose every time. You lost 4 times last season, and still you want to come here and talk smack to me. We beat you in the Premier League. We beat you in the Carabao Cup. Beat you in the Prem. Beat you in the Europa League. Beat you in 3 competitions. We knocked you out of 2 competitions. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Got knocked out to the Carabao to us, and you got knocked out to the Europa League for us. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Z, have some shame. Stop showing up in my chat talking about, am I supposed to be scared? Yes! You didn't learn last time. You'll learn today. You'll learn this time. Please, Man United fans keep being so ignorant. I know, shout out to Skep, the ignorance is bliss. But in your case, the ignorance is what's going to kill you. Because it's the hope. It's the hope that always gets to Man United fans. You always think you're going to do better. Oh, we're up. 4 games unbeaten. All right, come to a Spurs stadium. We'll show you unbeaten. Come to a Spurs stadium. We'll see. Was on the halfway line most of the game. Frank out. Why you ain't calling out the suicidal football blood? Tottenham Rangers gone mad. Tottenham Rangers actually going mad. Areola was playing suicide football against Manchester City, playing on the halfway line. In fact, the centre backs were in front of the halfway line, is what I said exactly. The centre backs were in front of the halfway line, and he had Haaland in the attack, the fastest. That's like playing on the halfway line with Van der Ven on the halfway line. If Van der Ven's on your halfway line, we saw what he just done running from the back of the pitch. If you leave him on your halfway line and your centre backs are there trying to mark him, you've gone mad. You've gone mad. You don't know tactics. You guys aren't going to sit here and tell me Areola ball is so fucking special. Wow, Areola is so great. I want to see Areola at a top club. Let's see Areola at a top club. Because I've seen some of the tactics he deploys. It works because the teams are not sitting back against them. You can play a high line when teams are not sitting back against. When teams got a low block and then they're just jumping on the counter against you, it's a lot harder to play his football. He's not going to find as many gaps in the defense. You won't be having Semenyo drive through the pitch and just find all that space that he gets because there won't be no space to drive into. Areola ball does not work at the top level, and I will double down on this. His high line was just as bad as Ange's, but people cooked Ange. They cooked Ange. They don't cook Areola. Why? Because he's at a small club. You're at Bournemouth. Nobody cares about you playing high line and stuff. Nobody's preying the football that much. They're just seeing results. When you get to a bigger club, they start actually breaking down the football. Same with Frank right now. People are now breaking down exactly how Frank plays every single game. People weren't doing that at Brentford. At Brentford, oh, how tactically adaptable is he? How coachable is he? He plays some really good football. But at Spurs, it's, oh, this is fossil football. This is defensive. This is horrible. Like, you need to... You have to remember, yeah, there's different horses for different courses. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have a manager that works at a certain level, then they go up a level and it doesn't work. Nuno will never work at the top level. He's pragmatic. He's far too pragmatic. We've seen him come to Spurs, didn't work. Seen him go to other clubs, didn't really work. He'll have a good season, then won't work out long term. Sean Dyche will never work out at a top club long term. We're going to see. He'll probably get sacked by Nottingham Forest within the next 12 to 18 months. I expect it to be within that 12, maybe even sooner than them, but definitely. And they're not even a top club. But you just need to remember that, like, trying to employ your tactics when you're the team that's supposed to impose yourself on the game, it's very different, man. It's very different. Well, look, Manchester United always mud us against, in the mud against us. What, bro? I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Bro, watch the game back. I swear, bro, you're talking about a game against Copenhagen where they had no fucking dangerous attackers. Tottenham Rangers, stop being stupid, bro. I'm gonna time you out just for being stupid at this point because you just want to argue. At this point, you might as well be timed out, bro. What are we doing here? Copenhagen, yes, the defenders are going to be on the halfway line because we've fucking got all the possession of the football. Bournemouth don't have all the possession of football against Manchester City. They'll lose the ball, and it's one or two passes from some of the best players in the league, i.e. Cherky or Foden, that will find Haaland through on goal. Do Copenhagen have these types of players? They were getting the ball, and their fucking centre-backs were giving it away straight away. Their centre-mids couldn't keep a hold of the ball. They didn't have no dangers. They had Yusufo Mokoko up top, who didn't do anything. So, again, like, Tottenham Ranger, stop being silly, man. Stop being silly. Like, Jords, I saw the numerous of times where Copenhagen got the ball back, got the ball through the lines, and you man were open at the back. What? They had... I know you didn't even watch the games here. I know. You watch, like, extended highlights, some shit. Teams do sit back against us. Definitely do sit back against us. Some of the teams that you've seen recently, I think, in some of our recent games, they don't. But teams definitely go through periods where they sit back against us. Now, we are not a team that likes to take full control of possession in a lot of these games. But I think Frank is realizing that he has to get a hold of the ball more. And also, when you have Bentancur Paulinho, it's probably not the best pairing to keep you be a possessionally dominant team. There are two players that give away the ball quite a bit, but they'll win you the ball but give it away. So I think depending on the team he plays will depend on how Spurs tend to set up and how much possessionally dominant we will be. But we are a team that, again, like I have to say, once we go two goals up, we're not going to try and continue to dominate the game. We'll give the other team the ball. You guys play the ball in front of us because we're confident in our defense. No. Jay, want my flowers. I want my flowers. You said you were tuning in to Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Told you, don't make sure you're watching before you miss out on something. We had something, yeah. We had something. Aye, big up to Nick, Nick's raid, man. Big up Nick Football Club every single time, man. Appreciate Nick, my bro. Make sure you guys subscribing to him. Appreciate him on the raid, man. Big up to my guy over down in the Aussie Liverpools. Just back, they're back in their winning form. It's like people already forgot that they were 6-7, you know. 6-7. People already forgot that they had 6 losses in 7 games. And now, what is it? The last 2 games they've won, 2 1-0 wins. Oh, sorry, a 2-0 win and a 1-0 win, but 2 clean sheets at home, giving them that confidence. Now they got to go to the Etihad, you know. Oh, sorry, is it Etihad? Yeah, they're at the Etihad. They're at the Etihad on the weekend. Manchester City, tough game. It's a big game for the title race. And obviously, Arsenal got Sunderland. The return of Xhaka, Captain Xhaka. So we'll have to see how that plays out, man. It's going to be interesting. Van der Ven goal, say something, blood clot, something rivals. Yeah, it was mad. It was mad. My nightmare is Arsenal winning the league, needing a new plan to leave London for a while. Hey, this guy gonna time me out every episode. I might do. I might have to, because some of the shit you be saying, bro, is just you've lost your mind. I watched the game, bro. They had a few decent chances, but they don't have the quality. All right, well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if you guys actually do have the quality to finish in the back, because there's only been a few games where you've shown that quality. Let's have it right. I'm not shook with Mbeumo. You're talking about the guy who created Mbeumo. I think he's gonna know how to shut him up. And that's why I think you might go with Jed Spence in this game, because you're probably going to need a real strong defensive player up against Mbeumo, especially someone that, you know, Mbeumo's a guy that looks like he eats boiled eggs and fufu for breakfast. You're going to need someone who can match that intensity and strength. But hit the likes on the way in. Yeah, people, man. Make sure you're hitting the likes for real. We're currently on 21 likes, 46 people inside. Can we get that up to 30 likes at least? It would be appreciated. We can get up to 30 likes. Ranger, we like you, bro. No one wants to block you. Just lose the Frank agenda facts. Just lose the agenda. Just lose the agenda, bro. All right, bro. Come on, man. Come on, my guy Jay. Just make sure you're watching more of Spurs and don't start watching your rivals' team when Spurs are on. That's one thing that you can never be doing. If Spurs weren't on yesterday, cool, watch whichever game you want. But don't be turning off a Spurs game to watch another game, because then you would have missed that Van der Ven goal. You would have been fuming. You'd have been fuming that the one game of real good football, Thomas Frank ball, you'd have been missing it. You'd have been fuming, bro. Because I don't know, obviously, where you're floating, you probably can't watch the games back. Probably can't watch the games back like that. So it's even darker. Like, once you've missed it, it's gone. Van der Ven, mad. Aye, bro. Nick, you know, man. Van der Ven's goal that's a Puskas award-winning goal from now. Puskas award-winning goal. It's way too early to be hating, though. Way too early in the morning, way too early in the season. I'm Frank out till I'm Franking. I get it. I hear it. Call me a flip-flop. Beat United and Arsenal and I'm back in. That's just easy to say, though. Yeah, beat two of these big teams and I'm back in. Well, most people would be back in if he beats, you know, if he just beats Arsenal, most people are back in. It's going to be a tough game, though. It's going to be a very tough game. I said, I swear me and Deji are like twins. That sounded gay, man. I'm just telling you, let you know, Range. That just sounds gay. I've got nothing against gay people. Nothing. Totally nothing. You're allowed to be that. But just as, like, you're doing me and Deji are twins. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Man up. Man said, yeah. I swear me and Deji are like twins. Man the fuck up, bro. You should time yourself out for that. You should time yourself out for that. Do you know how that sounded? Me and Deji are like twins. The fuck, bro? Some zesty ass shit, bro. Hey, Ranger, you're cooked. You're cooked. Deji, not Deji, my guy Deji. Ranger, you're cooked, man. Big up to Jords, big up chat, big up to my guy TGTV, man. I appreciate you. How you feeling, man? Did you watch the game last night? I hope you saw the goal more than anything. Tottenham Rangers, it's about the progression we make over the season, not just winning certain games here and there. That's what it is. It's literally about how we progress, sort of phases. And I know people don't like to hear the words phases, but you'll sort of go through phases throughout the season at like 10-game periods of where your performances may change, especially in the first season of a manager. You just want to see progression throughout that time. So if the football starts to get better, then we can be fine. Like, but it can't just maintain where it was at the start of the season, most definitely. I worry about that during the transfer. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same as Ranger. The Enix stuff and that, I worry about it in transfer window. I'm not trying to worry about it right now. Let's worry about the football. Slow down though. We need to give Romero credit as well. He got into the box right after Mickey and assisted. Yeah, we've done that. Wait, yeah. Make sure you go read the report, Starcrow, man. It was Udogie's agent who's been revealed to try blackmail Udogie. Tried to get some money off him. Well, I don't know if it was money, but tried to get something off him regardless. Yeah, like it's all been revealed, innit? It was Udogie who was impacted by this just last month. It sounded very zesty, yeah. George streaming early, all sorts of streams for all sorts of quids. I wish it was for all sorts of quids, man. We're doing all sorts of streams just to get the stream out there and have you, man, entertained nice and early in the morning. Me and my twin and my man doubled down on it. He's mad. Oh, twins. I'm not zesty. You're zesty, bro. You come up with it. I just said it how you said it. That's all it is. I'm a good actor. That's all. I can act in you. I was pretending to be you, you know. Me and Deji are twins. Like, that's what the fuck you're doing in the chat. I'm just saying that's you. That's how you sounded. Yo, you man need to relax. Josko was scoring worlds last season. Who's Josko? Are you talking about Jokeres? Victim Jokeres? Is that your Victim Jokeres? Victim Jokeres? Yeah, bare American lingo can't run. Bears of it can't run. It's calling another man's twins crazy. What's good, twin? Nah. Josko scoring worlds. I didn't see. I don't remember Josko Gvardio's goal, but I know it wasn't as good as that. That performance was good, man. John, it was class. It was class. I'm not gonna lie. That performance was real good. Rattling a lot of Arsenal fans right now on Twitter. I don't know if you guys have been seeing. Make sure you guys get over to the socials down here, innit? We need to start showing some more love on the other socials. I don't see enough of you, man, on the TikTok, enough of you, man, on the X. That's where I'm most active, innit? If you guys want to at me during the week or when I'm not live and you want to know some, at me on X. That's where I'm most active, talking football, rattling Arsenal fans. You know, man's doing the hook and sink. I throw the hook out there, pull the line in, sink. Every single time someone's biting on that bait. So make sure you're looking out for them ones. But look, we are going to end the stream there, people. We are going to end the stream there. What we are going to do is we're going to go raid up Fams on TV. I'm going to shit in my colleagues' food if we beat. Yo, I'm a madman. Jay's a madman. He's a madman. But yeah, people, look, we are going to be heading over to Fam Zone TV. Let's go drop a DRD raid in the Fam Zone TV chat. It's going to be Dean and Cal talking a bit about Liverpool. Yeah, it's definitely good. It's mad toxic. But you know it is with X. You got to know. See me, I go in there, I drop my tweet, I get out of there. It's one of them ones. I know I'm just going in there to rattle people. So you got to not get too invested in the X. You just got to drop your tweet. You know, one of them ones. Leave it. Ticking time bomb. Bang. It's going to blow up at one point and people are all going to be getting mad. I don't have my notifications on for X no more. I've turned my notifications off. The only way I know is, you know, the badges on your phone. I can go and check and be like, oh, I got a couple notifications, but it never comes up on my phone no more because it's just mad. It's mad, isn't it? But yeah, man, look, Fams on TV. They're going to be going live in about 10 minutes. Dean and Cal, make sure you go drop them with a DRD raid, man. Tyrell, big up to you, man. Big up to you. Big up to Godfrey. That's a member in the house. Yeah, that's a member in the house. Big up to Godfrey, man. And yeah, man, look, people, until tomorrow, so I don't think we'll be live again today. Might drop a video later, maybe a clip or something, but tomorrow we'll be back 10 a.m. live. Spurs in a moment. Make sure you're there, man. Until next time, people. God bless.